All right, guys. Update for the 17th. Um, it is hot as balls today. Probably the hottest day of the summer was yesterday, but then this weather pattern came in, and it's so muggy. I'm just sweating profusely. I mean, I'm a big guy and I sweat a lot anyway, but this is ridiculous. I mean, this is absolutely just over the top. Anyway, things to talk about today. Good question. Oh, people not knowing how to drive. If you're young enough to where you haven't driven yet, please take the time to actually obey the law. Do not stretch the law. Do not, exceed the legal parameters of driving. Just drive like you're supposed to. Drive within the legal limits. Stop when you're supposed to. The minutes you try to save, if you're going to be late to work, guess what? You're going to be late to work. It's just that simple. The only way not to be late to work is not to be late to work. So driving faster is not going to get you there any sooner. Because all you're going to do is end up in an accident, and it's going to take you longer. Or you're going to get pulled over, and it's going to take you longer. People really got to start driving better. Because there's a lot of us out there, and I guarantee you that if somebody gets in an accident with me, it's not going to be my fault because I'm a defensive driver. I give people... You know what's really funny? Is that I'm almost going to be causing the accidents because people don't know how to react to somebody who drives so courteously. I stop and I wait and I wait for people to figure out what they're going to do, and I take my time, and they honk their horn, and I still take my time. You know what? You can honk your horn all you want. If you want to get out of your car and come up to my window, guess what? That's not a smart idea. All right, because I'll just drive off. It's just that simple. If you really want to, go toe to toe with me and follow me to a parking lot, and I get out of my car and you want to confront me, that's a whole other story, because I will not hold back. I will fuck you up. It's just that simple. So, don't be stupid. Drive safely. That's all I'm trying to say. People, plan ahead, all right? If you're planning to go to college, all right, and you know that your family is going to be struggling for money to get you to go to a school, wouldn't that then entice you to do better in school, to get the grades that you need, and maybe perform better so that you can get a scholarship or at least take the opportunity? There's nothing wrong with community college either. I don't care what anybody says. In this day and age, paying for a 4-year education does not mean you have to go into debt up to your eyeballs. All right? Go to community college for a couple of years. See if college is what you want to do. Not everybody has to go to college. In fact, there's a guy out there right now, he's offering $100,000 to people not to go to college. Some billionaire. And all they have to do is invest the money in a business. All right? Now, I don't know what he gets out of it, or, if the business fails, he probably still makes money or whatever. It might be a scam like that. I don't know. But I heard about it on SourceFed. So if you want to go to SourceFed, you can check that story out. It was just very interesting to me that some people would actually forego 4 years of college to get $100,000 and try to start their own business. That sounds pretty cool to me, actually. Now, I've been to school. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, so I spent a lot of time in community college trying to figure it out. Guess what? I saved myself tons of money. All right? And I put myself through college. It wasn't like I had to rely on my parents, because I was already out of the house. They didn't have any money. They barely were able to help my sister get through school. And, it's just one of those things. So plan ahead, please. Other things. Try to respect one another. Try to be courteous. Try to be friendly. Try to help each other out when you see somebody that's in need. Now, I'm not talking about those guys that are panhandling on the street corner. They can go get a fucking job. All right? I'm sick of that shit. The thing that really galls me is that the United States spent millions and millions and millions of dollars. Companies spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on the Olympics. Why? just so we can feel good about ourselves that we had all these people win medals, I could give a shit. Melt down the gold, donate that crap. I mean, there's hardly any gold. This is what gold plated. If they're actually gold, then guess what? There's some serious misconceptions in there. Michael Phelps, all right, wins all these medals in swimming. What has that done for me? What has it done for you? Oh, I feel inspired. Great. All right, you feel inspired, but what are you actually going to do with it? If nobody does anything, you're like, oh, I'm going to become a swimmer. That doesn't pay the bills unless you're absolutely like incredible like him, and people are paying your bills, and you're getting all kinds of endorsement, and you can even smoke some, salvia and some pot, and live through that storm. Look, he's young, all right. He's really young, and he's the best Olympian of all time. I applaud him for that. His efforts were awesome, all right. But I shouldn't have to pay anything. We shouldn't have to pay anything out of the government's pockets to fund this stuff. I mean, I know that the McDonald's, they chip in lots of money. Visa pitches in a lot of money. NBC pitched in a lot of money. But that's money that we can spend on, like, boosting our education. I would much rather have a mental Olympics and go up against, like, the Japanese or the Chinese or the Koreans and beat them in math, all right, or literature, or some kind of brain bowl Olympics than any physical feat, all right? Anybody that puts their mind to it can become a physical fit person. It just takes willpower and dedication, all right? Same thing applies to your mental aptitude, though. If you dedicate yourself mentally to becoming smarter, you can become smarter. But the limitations of the human brain are way more different than your actual physical makeup. Now, you can say you're genetically predisposed physically and mentally. This is true. But I would much rather see a smart person in a wheelchair get by in life and make a difference for everybody than some guy who doesn't have an education, win all these medals because he's physically fit, and then do nothing for nobody but maybe inspire a few people. It doesn't work that way. I'm much more inspired about the guy like Stephen Hawking. He has ALS, but he's one of the most brilliant physicists in the world. All right? He didn't let his physical disability hamper his mental aptitude. And he's much more successful, in my eyes, than Michael Phelps will ever be. So that's just something to chew on. Anyway, it's like I said, hot as balls. I'm going to go get some, like a hose and just stick it down my pants or something. I'm just sick of this. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Stay cool if you can. It's a hot summer. And you know what? Enjoy Shark Week. Say hi to Philip DeFranco. Say hi to SourceFed. Say hi to Tom. And there's another phone call. Gosh, I'm a busy man. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Bigg Nate loves you. Mwah.